My name is Sean Mannion. I'm your companion, new offensive coordinator. I'm going to throw balls to the sideline and going to be a bad play caller. Maybe, or maybe I'll be great. Maybe I'll be very, 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 very great. Welcome to the 132 podcast. I am Don's. Sitting here, post Super Bowl, post season, posting everything.
Post football.
With my co-host KP. KP, say hello to everyone. They all missed you. They all need you, and they all desire to be with you. Chris, what's happening?
Where did all the football go?
Dead.
It's gone?
It's dead.
When's it coming back?
They opened the Epstein chute and football went through.
It always starts with the Epstein files.
Sorry, I'm not even into it.
Wait. The good news is
Great news.
the combine's in 5 days.
Combine.
The draft is in 64 days.
Wow, Nintendo 64.
The offseason never ends, Dons. There's no offseason.
Sometimes I sound so Bostonian. I'm like Nintendo 64.
Faux.
Freaking guy.
You got that Boston accent.
Well, listen, I'm shooting from the hip. You're shooting from kind of the hip. It's the 132 podcast. What's up, everybody? We've been gone for a long time. We don't necessarily have a great format for today, but we're here to have some fun and talk nonsense. Chris, what have you been up to since that Super Bowl beatdown that the New England Patriots took to the Seattle Seahawks? Congratulations, Seattle Seahawks. Sammy Big Man Donald bringing a championship to Seattle. Now Russell Wilson isn't the only great quarterback. What'd you think about the Super Bowl? Okay, moving on. Just kidding.
Pretty boring.
What you think?
I mean, I have a lot of friends who are Patriot fans, so I hope they don't listen to this.
It's already a lie. You have no friends.
I'll tell you right now, Dons. Boy, that was a boring game.
Yeah, that was lame.
Reminded me a lot of the previous year's Super Bowl where the Eagles were up, 27-0 in the third quarter?
Listen, I might be biased, but I even think that the Eagles Super Bowl versus the Kansas City Chiefs was way more exciting than what Seattle did to New England. Yes. Seattle did what Seattle did all year long, where they just methodically hung in there, kept playing good defense, kept playing mediocre offense, and then the other team caved and Seattle kept pushing and persevering. And then once that two-score lead happened, Seattle's defense was just able to pin their ears back, get after the quarterback, be more aggressive, and Drake may have not been prepared and ready for this Super Bowl game. Poor Drakey Poo.
Well, the Patriots just ran into a team that didn't lose the game. They didn't fumble it away. They didn't have a backup quarterback in.
Are you saying they had the Patriot way?
Disgusting.
Shots fired.
No, the game overall, I was waiting for the Patriots offense to wake up and for Drake May to make some plays. It took until the fourth quarter to do so. Shut out through 3 quarters. This defense is great, yes.
It's like Drake May was in The Wizard of Oz and he was the cowardly lion, and at the end of the movie, he never found his heart. Never found his heart.
Poor guy. Hey, you know what? Patriot fans, let's be positive for a second, okay?
You're never going back to the Super Bowl.
Nobody expected you to be here.
None.
You exceeded expectations.
Worse the second.
If you ask most people, Patriot fans, before the season, what's your expectations for the year? Let's get in the big dance. Let's maybe win a playoff game.
I didn't even think that. I think it was like 7-9 wins was the expectation for the Patriots this year. So they definitely overachieved. I thought it was a cool experience to see. I always like to see worst to first teams. I think it's a nice story. And also a spit in the face to teams like the Buffalo Bills that have been the prominent leader and dominant team, and everybody picking them to be favorites along with like teams like the Ravens. But they didn't quite put it together, did they? It's almost like when I tell you about your dating pool, not your dating pool, but like a person's dating pool. You know, you kind of put yourself out there. You're talking to the same people that you've always spoken to, and now all of a sudden they're supposed to be the one that gets you over. They were never the one. You have to look outside of your horizons and expand your trees, branches, the olives. Anyways,
Trivia
maybe that was
time.
a bad analogy, but
Early trivia.
The Bills ain't it. The Ravens ain't it, obviously. And Seattle thought outside the box and got it done this year. So good for them.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that was a cohesive thought. My bad.
It was most certainly cohesive, Dons. That's what we do here. Only cohesive thoughts. Trivia time, folks. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen combined for how many Super Bowl appearances?
0.
Drake May, 1 Super Bowl appearance
Aha.
already.
Yep.
Pretty embarrassing.
Can I tell you what's in my head right now?
What?
And I don't even care what people say. I don't even watch what they want to. I just want to stick to my girl like glue. And I'm
I don't even know who sings that.
Do Sean Paul.
Sean DePaul.
Somebody give it to. Somebody give it to. Somebody give it to.
Ooh.
Oh, my girls. All right.
We
anyways.
can't talk about the Super Bowl and not talk about the halftime show. Ah!
TT me pregunto, did you like the Super Bowl halftime
I
performance?
did not watch 1 single second.
Because you wanted to send them back to the football game.
I went to CVS and bought some snacks, and I bought my mom a McFlurry with extra Oreos.
Shout out
to
MJ. Big love.
Shout out MJ.
MJ sauce.
So
Serving
can I
up
make
all
fun of the
best
Patriots
food.
yet? Can I make fun of the Patriots yet?
Wait, I thought we were talking about the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I don't have much to say because I didn't watch it, Nons. All I heard is all the controversy after.
I love Bad Bunny. I really do like Bad Bunny. I thought it was a cool take and a cool performance on the TV. I feel like on the stadium that probably stunk a little bit because you couldn't see so much. But the songs are pretty good. It was more about the performance more than it was about the singing, which is a typical concert. You know, that's what everybody does. And overall, I thought the message of love over hate was cool. But
Yep.
just like everything else in this world, people are just going to hate. Honestly, the Super Bowl halftime show almost always sucks. It's almost always trash. People are always complaining and crying and
You're right.
that's what people are like. Like, shut up, bro. It's just a freaking halftime show.
Facts.
If your life is that dependent on who performs on the halftime show, considering that the last like 20 people weren't even United States citizens, like, grow the hell up. It's supposed to be trying to expand the NFL's reach around the global like viewership, and this was the perfect person to do something like that. So
Well
I don't
said,
know.
Dons.
I think you're dumb. It's just a performance. It's just a show, and you should be worried more about how, I don't know, how shitty everything else is. Like, dude, take care of your home, take care of things around you, and things will be better. Halftime show is not the reason why you can't afford a 70-year mortgage on a 2-family home. All right? It's not the Super Bowl halftime show. Anyways, I digress. I thought it was cool.
The Super Bowl halftime show is not designed for the football heads, Dons. You hit the nail on the head. It's meant to bring outsiders to the game. And if you ask me, mission accomplished.
I just want to stick to my girl like glue, and I'm a lovely lover.
Sing it, Don. So,
Yep.
can we talk about the Patriots now? And their abysmal, atrocious, anemic, vanilla offensive performance. Will Campbell injuries or not, I don't care. That was embarrassing.
It was, but I honestly put the fault on Drake May way more than I put on the offensive line. I think Drake May had no idea what the defense was doing to him, had no idea where to go to the ball, and he was honestly running around with his tail tucked between his leg. A guy like that, if you don't know where to throw, don't you think that you would just run? Wouldn't
But
you
he
just
was
run?
hurt, Dons. Didn't you hear
I don't
about
care.
his shoulder?
I don't care.
He hurt
I
his
don't
shoulder.
care. I don't care.
Me neither. This is big boy football.
Bad performance, terrible performance. Am I saying Drake May's the worst quarterback in the world? No, but classic young quarterback mistakes, and it's a shame because all year long, he was kind of feeling himself outside of the playoffs because he played terrible in the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says. So you have one good bootleg run for a first down in the
Against
snow
the Broncos.
over an overly aggressive defense that was clearly trying to get the ball back and stop you on that down. Like, it's just funny because we live in the area and everybody talking about how great Drake May is, and so you played an injured team, an injured quarterback, and two really bad weather games. Like, anybody can win that. You can put a Pop Warner team out there and they'll probably get decimated, and ambulances will probably run out in the area. But that's not my point.
All the hate that Jalen Hurts gets, Don, just a question. I guess winning the Super Bowl is pretty difficult, isn't it? I guess just not just getting there, but actually winning the game, finishing the game is a lot more difficult than people think.
Jalen played better than Sam Darnold and Drake May in the playoffs when we won the Super Bowl with him, and the year we lost the Super Bowl with him. But I digress. Screw the Patriots. I will say, let me ask you this. Do you think the Patriots are going to be this good next year?
Absolutely not.
Me neither. I think they blew a huge opportunity. I don't think that they come close to the Super Bowl next year. At best, they're a wild card team, and they probably get bounced out.
You know what's crazy?
What?
We said all these same things last year.
Yes, we did.
And they made it to the Super Bowl. Now, Patriots fans, cover your ears. Children under 12, cover your ears. No quarterback who has lost a Super Bowl in year 2 has ever returned. Let me say that again. No quarterback who has lost a Super Bowl in year 2 has ever returned. Let's read some of the names on this list, because you might say, it's a bunch of bums have gotten to Super Bowls and lost ons.
I have a word that starts with re, and it has turn in it, and it's not return.
Dan Marino, Colin Kaepernick, Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy, and now Drake may not ever make it back.
I'm not saying that. I just think that the opportunity to win the Super Bowl for them next year is so slim. Or just to get back, I should say, not just to win. Bright future ahead of the kid. Patriots definitely an organization on the up. I'm tired of talking about them, though.
Nope, not me. Not me.
Let's. All right, then take it away.
One more.
No, go ahead. Say whatever you want.
Nick Eamon-Worry, Seattle Seahawks safety. This week, might have even been today. No disrespect to the Patriots or nothing like that. I don't want to take nothing away from them, but that game, speaking of the Seahawks-Rams NFC Championship, it felt like that game was legit. That's from a player.
But isn't that kind of normally the case? Isn't kind of the AFC NFC championship game for these teams usually the harder team, because usually a conference is so much stronger than the other?
I'll tell you what he meant, Dons. Legit. I know I just had some poor tone there. I wasn't making fun of you, Patriots fans. Here's exactly what he meant. What I've been told is the AFC and the NFC championship games are pure football. It's the last real football game of the year. When you get to the Super Bowl, it's corporate, it's parties, it's an extra week, it's more media, it's look at all the lights, look at all the spectacle. The NFC and AFC championship game is all about football. It's a chance to get to the Super Bowl. So he might have been taking a little shot, but I also think he was just being genuine in the feeling in the stadium, the tonality, the crowd. The Super Bowl crowd is never loud. It's always corporate. Nobody's even watching the game. They're just there because they got tickets. So Eamon-Worry might have been taking a shot, but I think it was more about, hey, this just intensity is different when you're in the NFC Championship as opposed to the corporate aspect of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, basically. And thank you for visiting Something Neurology today. And turns out I have a brain. It's been confirmed. Take that, mom and Mrs. Clement in 4th grade, who told me
Mrs. Clement.
I was never gonna graduate high school and amount to anything. You were half right because I graduated high school.
I did not even remember that, Dons. Holy shit.
She was a baddie though, if I remember correctly. I remember 4th grade Dons being like, "Let me get some of that, girl."
No, how about young Miss Silverio? Remember her?
Yeah, she was a baddie.
Miss Silverio? If
Baddie,
you ever happen to
baddie
listen.
with the fatty. Anyway, I digress. Christopher,
Yep.
are we done talking about the Patriots? Because I'm over it. Game sucked. May sucked. Defense was pretty decent. Shout out Gonzo. Christian Gonzalez balled out. He played a
Stud.
great game. Jackson Smith Mim Jigba
Yep.
got hurt. Was out.
Wait,
Yeah, that's really all.
if I said to you,
And
Dons,
Kenneth Walker killed it.
the only thing you know
Period.
about the game is this. You don't know the score. Jackson Smith and Jigba had 4 catches for 27 yards, and Sam Darnold went 19 of 38 for 202 yards, 1 touchdown.
That's not that bad.
How confident would you be in the Patriots winning? I would be.
Oh, very.
Based on those stats
Or
right
at least
there.
a close game.
They shut down JSN and Darnold
Drake
didn't play
May
well.
Sucked. Josh McDaniels' plan for the offense sucked. Offensive line sucked. Running backs sucked. Hunter Henry dropped mad balls, unreliable, sucked.
Where was
Drake
Diggs
May
at? I thought
missing
Stephon Diggs
wide
was the
open
number one.
players. Like wide open. And then when he had open players and he made the throw, he was throwing way too hard. Just made no sense. Sucked. Okay.
Matt Collins.
Can we move on now?
One more. Vegas, a.k.a. DraftKings, just released their over-under
Annoying.
win totals for next season.
Oh, let's do that.
So should we pick a couple teams and guess where they're at?
Yeah, but that's not one more. That's something completely different. What are you talking about?
Well, we're talking about the Patriots, dude.
Yeah, we can talk
All right,
about
I'll hold
the
on
Patriots.
then. I'll hold it.
No. Let's talk about that, but that's not the Super Bowl. I'm done talking about the Super Bowl. Super Bowl sucked.
Let's see.
Trash
I guess
bowl.
just because we have this moment, I have to harp on it because we're in this moment, Dons, and the Eagles just dominated Mahomes, Andy Reid, Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame player.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we had to watch this year, it was like night and day.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Now what? Now what do you want to talk about, Mister?
I want to
In
talk
such
about
a rush to get off the
over-unders.
Super Bowl. I forgot you're a closeted Patriots fan.
Yeah, but I'm not mad they lost. I don't give a damn. Let's talk about the odds, dude. Things you had up. Stop being a spiteful little asshole and just fucking do the thing you're going to do.
Okay, then I'm not done talking about the Patriots then.
Oh, my God. All right, go ahead.
Christian Barmore, big quote in the 4th quarter while the game is going on. I think the quote was something like, "It's not on us." Talking to Milton Williams, "It's not on us." The same guy who got arrested this year, and the first thing he pulled out was, "Call Robert Kraft. I play for the Patriots. Just call Robert Kraft." And that didn't work. And then he called and tried to play racism as his next one. I say all
That's
that to
funny.
say, Dons, if you're a Patriots fan and you want this guy Barmore on the team, you're an absolute scumbag. Get him off the field. Get him off my team. Disappearing act.
Why? That's not even that big of a deal. Because he tried to get out of a ticket?
And use his fucking owner, and then you call the race card. What's he doing driving around in
What
Providence at
else
3
are these
o'clock in the
kids going to
morning?
do? That's all they know.
Get this guy out of here. He's a fucking bum. Never mind Milton Williams, who actually did what he was supposed to do and had a sack in the game. I bet he
Yeah.
wish he would have been playing on Philly this year, huh?
Yeah, that would have been nice. Well,
See what
for
you did? You
$100
just-
million dollars?
I didn't have all this in me, but you brought it out of me.
I don't know, dude.
Okay, now what? I'm done with venting about the Patriots, although it might come up later.
Yeah, I don't really know, and I don't care. But Super Bowl sucked. But the Eagles made some new moves this offseason already. Obviously, Kevin Patula, bye-bye. Have a good time in Miami. Good luck being a bad team. But we replaced him with none other than Green Bay Packers quarterbacks coach, Sean Mannion. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Chris, guy has like what, 4 years of NFL coaching experience?
Never called plays.
Never called plays.
Yay.
Backup
another
quarterback for multiple teams. McVay, LaFleur, and Kevin. Name's not Kevin. No, the name is Kevin. Guy from Vikings. Quarterback.
Kirk Cousins.
No.
Kevin
no,
O'Connell.
dude, not the coach.
Kevin O'Connell.
You idiot. Kevin O'Connell. He comes from those trees, which are all very progressive offenses. Everybody knows the Philadelphia Eagles loves being in the forefront of progress and innovation. Do you think this was a good hire, and do you like the hire?
Well, you buried the lead, Dons. Who did we lose? Jeff Stoutland immediately leaves the organization shortly after the signing.
Well, that's something different, but okay.
Well, I mean, it was a product of him being hired from what people are talking about. Do I like the hire? Don't know nothing about this guy, Don. So if I'm going to get on the microphone and pretend that I'm an expert on Sean Mannion, that would be artificial. What I do like about him is he's going to bring in McVay, Shanahan, new plays, new systems, new ideas instead of the old vanilla, boring, whatever we had last year on offense. So I am a thumbs up overall. What about you?
A little annoyed that they're bringing in a guy that doesn't have NFL experience again to be the offensive coordinator after we just ran it with Kevin Patullo and failed so hard as an offensive performing team. Not saying I don't have faith or want to believe in this guy, because Sean Mannion, you the OC, I wish you nothing but success. But do I think it's a little messed up to Jalen Hurts, who deserves to have a little bit more of a stable offensive coordinator? Yes, I do. So I am like more hopeful than I am happy about the hire, if that makes sense. So I'm probably like somewhere of a like comme ci, comme ça. You know what I'm saying?
Fence rider.
Yeah. No, I'm not a fence rider. Why wouldn't you get somebody who's established, especially with a coach like Sirianni? Yeah. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Interested to see what the hell happens. So if I want to ride the fence, I'll do so. I will rub.
Can't be.
No,
any
I can't
worse.
say that. Anyway.
Can't be any worse than last year, Downs, honestly.
Yeah, it really can't. It honestly really can't.
The biggest thing, the reason I brought up Stoutland initially, I know you scoffed at that. Oh, how dare you bring up Jeff Stoutland when we're talking about Kevin Patullo and the new guy.
Well, I asked you a question directly about the offensive coordinator, so like it would have been cool if you answered instead of changing the subject.
I will do whatever I goddamn please. And I did answer your question. So, is it okay to talk about Jeff Stoutland now? Supposedly, he was very unhappy with this move. He is an old school run game coordinator, and with this guy coming in, we didn't really have a need for him apparently, or as much of a need for him. So he decided to exit himself out of the building and leave. Sent shockwaves through Philadelphia from what I'm reading, from what I'm hearing, and definitely shocked the hell out of me, Dons. What are your thoughts on Stoutland leaving, supposedly because we're bringing in a new scheme, a new system, a new guy, and we apparently don't need him anymore?
Well, I think he was a little insulted that they took run game coordination away from him. And I think it happened during the season. I think I heard something that Jeff Stoutland was included less and less in the run game and the schemes, probably 3/4 of the way through the season, maybe a little bit longer than that. So am I surprised that Jeff wanted to leave? No. Am I surprised that the organization let him leave? Yes, I am. This man has been a staple in the room. He has been a guiding light to many of our veterans. However, most of those guys are gone.
Yeah.
And let's face it, Lane Johnson, what's he got? A year or two left at most if he doesn't decide to retire, which I don't think he will. But it's kind of an appropriate time for regime change, so I'm not super surprised. And our O-line sucked last year so much. Jordan Mailata has been digressing, if that's even the word, for the last two seasons. Mailata's been playing very poorly. Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson, not great. I know injuries and everything like that, but there was like no solution. The backups that we brought in, other than Fred, not great.
Steam,
So,
meh.
yeah, it's the NFL. You have to produce. And for the last couple of years, I feel like the O-line hasn't been as great and dominant. So hopefully it's not a mistake. But I like Jeff Stoutland a lot. I don't blame them for making the move.
Some would say he was one of the most important coaches on our team in previous years, but now he's gone, Dons.
But, like, that's just something people say. You know? We don't know what the hell happens in that locker room. And a lot of our information we get from, you know, the external voices. Well, not the external voices. The loudest
Writers.
voices, right? So the loudest voices have been Mailata, Jason Kelsey, has been... Yeah, just basically just them two, honestly. Nobody else really says anything other than A.J. Brown when he complains. It's been the O-line. They're the only people that talk ever on this team. So it kind of made it feel like Jeff was, and I'm not saying he's not, but to say he's the reason why we won or anything like that, I think would be a little misplaced.
Definitely. Not the reason we won any games, but he's definitely a big part of why we've had the best offensive line consistently. It seems like for the last 3-4 years, maybe even 5 years, dare I say, we're always in the top 5 in offensive line, at least projections, what people say, PFF grades, all that garbage.
Yeah, but this year was a little more on hype than it was performance. I mean, dude, you watch those games. If you have a good offensive line, you have a good run game, and our run game sucked this year. I don't care about run schemes. I don't care about any of that nonsense. You have man on man, and our men were more than lackluster almost all season. And you had players like missing like wide open defenders in the hole. They were double teaming people that weren't even like a threat to the play. They just weren't smart this year at all. It wasn't just that they were bad, they weren't smart, and that's coaching.
Some would say the Eagles' offensive line had issues this year because of injuries. Dickerson, Juergens, Johnson missed a good amount of time last year. We had Mekhi Becton. We're bringing it back up this year in Tyler Steen. So it was the first year we had some transition combined with injuries. No excuses. Play like a champion. Every team is injured. But those things are also true that I guess Juergens just went to another country and did some crazy therapy that you can't do in the United States, similar to what Kobe Bryant used to do, where you go overseas, they put your blood in this tube, they spin it around and then put it back inside you. You can't do it in the U.S., but you can do it in other countries. So if Juergens is going out of the United States to get these things done, he definitely was banged up. Dickerson, same thing with the knee, was limping around half the year.
For sure.
Lane Johnson missed time. Now we're depending on Tyler Steen. So,
Yeah, but the
I'm with you,
backups were
Don.
also really bad too.
Yeah,
So
they were.
And they weren't hurt.
No, you're right. So
Again,
offensive line does matter.
I just feel like the familiarity was too great there, and because Jeff Stoutland has built this rapport, and I dare say, like, pause, but loving relationship with his line, maybe the organization felt that he was just too soft on these guys. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just
possible.
spewing. I like Jeff Stoutland. I think he's great, but not mad at the change. We need to do something.
What are the chances, Dons, that he comes back to the team this year and joins us? Is it 0?
No, I think pretty high. I don't know if he would be interested in moving his whole family and going to a different place of the country, or leaving who, you know, is close to him to go coach at another team. I have no doubt in my mind that he can easily go to Jeffrey Lurie and be like, I want to be a consultant for the Philadelphia Eagles this year, not have as much responsibility. Mm-hmm. And I have no doubt that they'll be like, yeah, Jeff, like whatever you want.
It's kind of odd to me. I just thought about it that nobody's signed him as a coach. Like, if you're another team, wouldn't you immediately say, wait a minute, this guy's on the market? Let's go have a conversation with him. Now, maybe they are having conversations we don't know about, but we didn't see Jeff Stoutland signs with a new team, or he's been brought on by this team as a consultant. He's kind of sitting on the sidelines. It sounds like to me, now we don't know anything, but I think he just got so upset and pissed off. He's like, you know what, I'm out of here. And then he left.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, thanks for the time, Jeff Stoutland.
Ouch. Poor guy. He'll be fine. So, now what?
I don't know, dude. How's your life been without football?
Who says I don't have football? I'm obsessed with fantasy football. I watch shows on it year round. I watched the Eagles Super Bowl twice since the Patriots got smoked. Yep, that's right. I did. And I guess when football ends, I focus more on my health because I'm not drinking beer as much. I'm not eating bad food. I'm not staying up late. I'm not snacking. This is usually when I transition into warmer weather's coming.
Healthy Chris.
Healthy Chris, yep. And then when football comes, unhealthy Chris.
Yeah.
What about you, Dons? What are you looking forward to?
Same thing as you, honestly. Just focusing on getting a little bit more gym time. I'm still dealing with my stupid concussion stuff. A year later,
he's still in
went
the protocol,
to the gym
folks.
Yesterday, got a little fatigued, and this morning woke up, feel super hungover, like I just drank for 26 hours straight or 48 hours straight. I did drink. All I did was lift, so that sucked. But yeah, Sunday's kind of cool to get your Sunday back and be free to do whatever you want with it without having some time constraint or being more receptive to ordering that pizza or wings and stuff like that. I'm not a big drinker, but not drinking just in general on Sundays, that's nice. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to find a new hobby, honestly. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm kind of tired of playing the same video games I'm playing. Like, what's next?
Running.
And the conversation's over.
We did a 5K last year, so maybe we can do 2 5Ks this year or 3.
Yeah, but I barely survived that one. But
You did
anyway,
great.
Honestly, I'm kind of cool with wrapping up, to be honest. I think it'd be nice to tell the folks that next week we'll get a little bit into more details about what's going on with the Eagles, the free agent moves. We can still recap some things if you got stuff to recap. I'm not saying we have to end, but next week we'll be a little bit more prepared, talk a little bit more about the direction of the offense, who we are thinking the Eagles are going to keep as far as A.J. Brown. Will he, won't he? You know, are we going to make those moves? The impact of Smitty defensively, Reed Blankenship, a big name that we have to talk about. Do we want him to stay? Do we want him to go? Keely Ringo, key special teams player. Is he good enough on special teams to keep? Because on defense, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wait.
What?
Did Sidney Jones just win another Super Bowl?
Sidney Jones. Corner? He did, huh?
Wait, was he with the Birds last year? Or was he with Seattle last year already? I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, I'm just glad we got on the mic today because it's been a while. You know?
It's been... You know what, Dons? You asked me in the beginning what's been going on since we last potted. Honestly, just been licking my wounds, bro.
Yeah.
We lost to the goddamn 49ers with Kittle out in the first half. I mean, what?
The Niners were bad, too.
At home, we lost to the 49ers.
Yeah, but we were a bad team this year. We were a skilled team, but we were pretty bad as a whole unit.
There's one more thing I want to do before we wrap up, Dons. And the last time we podded, I introduced this segment as something I was going to do each time we did the pod. So it would be wrong of me to end the pod without doing the weekly bouquet of flowers. Who we giving flowers to today, Dons? You know who it is.
It's flower time.
So, the weekly bouquet of flowers, which will be sponsored in the near future, goes to none other
By
than
Pfizer?
Sam Darnold.
Ooh.
Not Samuel.
Dun, 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 dun.
Folks, I kid you
Dun, dun,
not,
dun, dun.
his name is just Sam. Not Samuel, not Samuel, just Sam. Not Same Darnold, which I gave him that nickname of last year.
Imagine his name is Samantha Darnold.
Well, the way he played last year, Dons, we're about to talk about it. So, for the past year, he's been known around here as Same Darnold. Bomani Jones gets credit for that one. I just simply took it and ran with it. But for the past year, he's been known as Same Darnold, and you might want to ask yourself why. Well, Dons, let's go back to last season, Week 18. Vikings at Lions. Winner wins the division and earns themselves a playoff game. Sam Darnold has been a damn MVP candidate up to this point. Not getting a lot of votes, but he's been up there. Jefferson, Addison, Hockenson.
Yeah, he killed it last year.
The offense is moving. They can't be stopped. Is this guy back? We get to Week 18 against the Detroit Lions. Again, whoever wins earns himself a home playoff game. 18 completions of 41 attempts, 166 yards, and 0 touchdowns in a blowout loss to the Lions in Week 18. Now, just 6 days later, the Vikings travel to play the Rams on the road because they just lost their chance at a home game. And Sam Darnold does what? 25 of 40, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception in a blowout loss to the Rams. So we went from MVP candidate, I can't believe this guy turned the corner, he's a new player, to did he just do this again and disappear and have a disappearing act in the most important game of his career, which up until this year was that game we just talked about, the Rams game, the most important game of his career. He shits the bed. And what happens this year, Dons? He shuts everybody and their brother up. Now, weeks 8 through 15, 8 through 17, the Seattle Seahawks, their offense was anemic. There were some people saying, is this happening again to Sam Darnold? And what does he do in the playoffs? Folks, if you haven't watched the game, if you haven't seen the stats, do yourself a favor and watch the NFC Championship game this year. Seahawks at home against the Rams. He was elite. He was electric. He had, I think, maybe 5 or 6 incompletions, 4 touchdowns to earn a chance to get to the Super Bowl. Now, did he play great in the Super Bowl? No, but it's all about getting the win and moving on. This week's bouquet of flowers goes to not Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold.
Yeah, well deserved. Insert clapping noise.
Credit to you, Sam.
Yeah, he killed it. And to his defense, Patriots defense, one of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep,
very reasonable why he struggled. And yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought so. And a last chance to knife the Patriots before we end the pod.
All right, well, please like, follow, subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, kind of, YouTube, one of 32, one of .32 at gmail.com if you want to ask those questions. Yeah. We're back, baby. We're back. Putting out episodes. Living in the danger zone. I'm Dons. That's KP. Goodbye now.
Old dog with some new tricks, had a baby.